Hello everybody, it's me Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman.
They call him the Bookman, his rants never end. He's angry and he's loud and he has a lot of friends. If you have Alyssa Milano's number, you can always send it to Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman.
That song don't make no sense.
Hello everybody, it's me Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. Back in 2007, BioWare and Microsoft Game Studios took their role-playing game expertise out into space, outside the Star Wars universe, and created an RPG third-person shooting hybrid called Mass Effect. Would the experiment work? Well, let's take a look at it together, shall we? The game opens as every great role-playing game does, with your ability to fully customize your character's appearance, class, and background. But I'm going with the default Earthborn Soul Survivor Soldier Shepard you see on all the covers and posters. We then meet the pilot of the ship Normandy, Joker Jeff Moreau, voiced over by Seth Green.
You remember to zip up your jumpsuit on the way out of the bathroom? That's good. I just jumped us halfway across the galaxy and hit a target the size of a pinhead. So that's incredible.
Why don't you just call it Operation Wang Chung, ass?
He's talking about Nihilus, the Turian Spectre, who's a special operative commissioned directly by the ruling body of the Intergalactic Alliance known as the Citadel Council. We then meet another celebrity voiceover, Captain Anderson, voiced over by Keith David.
This comes down from the top, Commander. Information strictly on a need-to-know basis.
Is it the Franco beans?
The current mission is a twofold mission. First, Nihilus wants to see if Shepard is capable of being the first human Spectre and thus solidifying humanity's place in the Citadel Council, and also to look at a Prothean beacon that was found in a human colony known as Eden Prime. The Protheans were an advanced race that disappeared 50,000 years ago, but left behind a bunch of technological advances that helped shape the galaxy as it is. However, we're not the only people interested in this beacon, as a giant ship and ancient synthetics attack the soldiers and excavation crew on the site. Well, this mission just got a lot more complicated.
This mission just got a lot more complicated.
That's what I said. I just said that, but anywho. When they land, Nihilus goes his way, and Shepard takes his two guys, one of which, Corporal Jenkins, gets shot down before the first fight even starts. But that's okay, because he's replaced by...
Gunnery Chief Ashley Williams of the 212. You the one in charge here, sir?
Ooh, mama. I'm so sorry, Mr. Ventura.
Nihilus then runs into...
Saren. Nihilus.
Ugly motherfucker.
And we know Saren's the villain as he shoots Nihilus in the back. The crew secures the beacon and it reacts to Ashley. Shepard saves Ashley and gets these crazy images burned into his brain. Matriarch Benezia, this Asari with the Great Rack, tells Saren this and he freaks out. But now Shepard and his crew has to return to the Citadel Council to tell them what happened. But the Council will not sell out their best operative without evidence. So they track down Garrus, a Citadel security officer, who then leads them to Rex, a Krogan mercenary, who leads them to Fist, a crime boss on the Citadel, who then leads them to Tali, a Quarian, who has a soundbite of Saren and the Matriarch conspiring to find this conduit and using the Geth on Eden Prime to do so. The Council then strips Saren of his Spectre status and makes Shepard a Spectre to track him down.
Right. Where are we going?
First, I utilized the infinite amount of side quests available to get to level 20 and get to the Artemis Tau cluster at a planet called Therum. There, you find Liara, the daughter of Matriarch Benezia, who got her dumbass trapped in a Prothean security system. After you release her, you're approached by a Krogan mercenary and Geth sent by Saren who want her dead or alive. Dispose of them and she becomes part of the crew. After that, I divulge in the unofficial loyalty missions for Garrus and Rex and take a look at Cerberus, a Black Ops pro-human group that's carrying out some strange experiments. When I reach about level 40, I go to the second point of interest, Noveria, and help the Internal Affairs Paisana Gianna Parsini find evidence to arrest the Ambassador Annalise.
See you around the galaxy, Commander. I owe you a beer.
You sure do! Now we have a card pass to use the Mako and get to Peak 15. We find Geth and... Chili Bug! Quick, get the raid! Kill it! Ah! These are Rachni, who Matriarch Benezia and Saren were trying to breed in order to help build up their army. She says as much, then sends 3 waves of troops after us before she comes to her senses and tells us that the Rachni also found a mass relay that had been lost for centuries. She then freaks out again and the crew has to kill her. Afterwards, you speak with the Rachni Queen through the Sasari, who tells you to wipe out her wayward children. I spare her for Paragon points and because it's the nice thing to do. We do as we're instructed and we move on to the next point of interest. Before that, I would try out the downloadable side quests Bring Down the Sky, where you stop a Batarian group of terrorists from crashing an asteroid into a human colony, and Pinnacle Station, where you break records from elite soldiers in specific simulations. At level 50 or so, I go to the third point of interest, which is Pharos. This is a human colony overrun by Geth, but we then learn that the inhabitants are acting pretty strange.
Dying!
Actually, they're acting very fucking strange. We then hear about the Thorian, a giant plant-like creature that is living in the undercroft of the colony. So we go where we're told and find...
What Kila? What is that?
Now that does not look like any plant I've ever seen.
That does not look like any plant I've ever seen.
That's what I just said. Anyway. This thing has poisonous husks and shits out Asari clones whenever it feels like. But when you take it down, you find the Asari it was cloning the whole time, who tells you that Saren was investigating Protheans and mind control and needed a cipher which gives you a mental connection to the Protheans. She then passes that on to Shepard and I spare her life. Now we get to the fourth area of interest, Virmire, given to us by the Council itself. There, we run into the Solarian Special Tasks Group, or spies, who says that Saren has a laboratory on this planet. There, they're coming up with a cure for the genophage, a Solarian-made, Turian-induced sterilization mutation that has practically wiped out the Krogan population. So, of course, a cure interests Rex. So now you have to convince him not to kill you, so you don't have to kill him. If you've done his side quest and or have a high enough amount of Paragon or Renegade points, you can convince him to put his gun down and you don't have to kill him, which is good because I love Rex. The Special Tasks Group then tells you you need one of your crew to set the nuke to blow up the lab and another member of your crew to lead their decoy team. I sent Ashley with them and Caden to set up the nuke and infiltrate the lab, where I find another beacon that puts more pieces to the puzzle and meet up with
Rudimentary creatures of blood and flesh. You touch my mind, fumbling in ignorance.
Yes, this Reaper ship is actually a living ship who is one of countless others that leaves behind their technology for organic life to hit their apex so that they can wipe out organic life and repeat the process later on. Afterwards, Caden sets up the nuke and Ashley runs into trouble. We go to save her and Caden runs into trouble, so now you have to make a decision. The bionic pansy who complains about headaches or the smooth-tongued, sharpshooting soldier with the great rack? I really have to think long and hard on this. Bye, Caden! When you help Ashley, Saren runs into you and tells you he's going to save organics by helping the Reapers wipe out organics. You mention that to Deotic and you get into fisticuffs. He then flies away and the nuke goes off with you and your crew, leaving Caden behind. You're then called back to the Council, who says they're going to stop the invasion on the Citadel, but not help you with Ilos. They then ground Shepard's ship so he can't go to Ilos on his own. But Captain Anderson has a plan, and it'll take careful timing and precise... Or you could just do that. So then...
Skipper?
I've been really trying, baby, trying to hold back this feeling for so long.
You land on Ilos and get through all the Geth just so you can be stopped by Vigil, who talks for over 15 fucking minutes, and basically tells you that the Keepers on the Citadel station are there to serve the Reapers by sending out signals when it's time for them to invade. He has a signal jammer that'll keep this from happening, and says that the conduit on Ilos is actually a giant mass relay that takes you right to the Citadel. In short, we've got to get the fuck out of here. We carefully land on the Citadel using the conduit and find Saren trying to upload a sequence in the master controls to give full control to Sovereign, the Reaper. Again, if you build up your Paragon or Renegade meters high enough, you can convince him to shoot himself in the head, in which case you don't have to kill him first. Shepard takes complete control of the Citadel, and now he has to choose if he wants to save the Council who's flying up above in ships. I always do. Makes you feel better in the end. However, Sovereign is not done yet. Still has a few tricks up his sleeve, like bringing Saren back as a machine. This is a bitch of a fight, but eventually when you take him down, Sovereign's shields go down as well, and he is now vulnerable to be blown to pieces. One of which crashes into the Citadel station where we are, but that's okay because Shepard is unstoppable. The Council then gives their thanks and asks Shepard to commission an ambassador for humanity on the Council. I always select Undina, since the pain in the ass wanted to be there anyway, and say the Reapers are still out there and we gotta go stop them. And that's pretty much it. So what did I think of this game? It's my obsession. It's a perfect blend of RPG elements and third-person shooter. You have complete control over the damage dealt as opposed to just random rolls, computing out specific numbers of damage and hit points. The main character is fully customizable. You have so many different side quests to build up your classes, your specific powers and strengths and skills, and can go good Paragon or unorthodox Renegade, in which case the main character Shepard reflects your personality completely. The graphics are really smooth and it's an excellent storyline carried out by great voiceover acting and excellent script writing. The moon itself is pure innocence. You're blindly going up against an ancient destructive force with no fear of anything since you don't really know what you're up against. You're basically just trying to save the galaxy. It's pure heroism. The Mako parts on the planets can be somewhat tedious. It's an Xbox 360 game, so the controls can be stiff, especially when it comes to getting cover. And since the graphics are so advanced for a game that was made 4 years ago, it does have long loading processes in specific areas. But that still doesn't deter from the incredible gameplay and the ridiculously high replay value. This game was sent from heaven above. In fact, even the opening theme sounds angelic. But one of the drawing points of the Mass Effect series is being able to import the first game into the second one. And next month, we'll see exactly where Shepard's adventures take him next in Mass Effect 2. And thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come. So stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.
Is it the Franco the beans?